Welcome back to the Warrior Code podcast, where we live by a code of strength, structure, faith, and purpose. Today, we're stepping into the sixth principle of the Warrior Code, purpose-driven living. Let's walk the path we've paved so far. Number one, warrior identity, owning the truth of who you are. Number two, faith as the foundation, rooted in something greater than yourself. Number three, courage in action, moving forward despite fear. Number four, structure and discipline, bringing consistency to the chaos. Number five, community connection, standing shoulder to shoulder with men on the mission. Now comes principle number six, purpose-driven living. Purpose isn't a title. It's not a platform. It's not a brand. It's a call, a whisper from God that says, this is why you're here. And sometimes that purpose isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It doesn't come with applause. It shows up in a moment, unexpected and undeniable. A real encounter with kingdom purpose. For me, that moment came through a text. A group of friends were passing around an urgent message. One of their brothers, someone I barely even knew in the text, their brother was in the hospital. Severe alcohol poisoning, close to death. He had already done rehab, nothing held, but something in me moved. God didn't shout, but he spoke clearly, and I obeyed. I went to the hospital, met the young man, and before he even got discharged, I said, when you get out, come live with me. And he did. I didn't take leave from work, I just stopped showing up. 2 full weeks, no pay. We opened our home, our lives. No press, no ministry logo, no audience, just obedience, just presence, just kingdom purpose. That same job, I left it later. A high paying, benefit heavy, secure role. Who walks away from that? A man being wrecked by purpose. At that time, I wouldn't have accepted a dime because I thought sacrifice meant being broke. Unworthiness had become my identity. But that wasn't humility, it was brokenness. Over time, God began to shift that in me. I left a $100K job to serve the community full time for free. Years went by where I poured myself out with no paycheck, not because I was holy, but because I hadn't yet learned I was worthy. Today, I've learned that purpose does not mean rescuing everyone. It means obeying God and being clear about what and who He's called me to serve. Now I do charge because transformation requires investment. When a man pays, he pays attention. And I no longer pour into leaky buckets. That moment, years ago, marked the first time I tasted kingdom purpose. Later, I would discover The Warrior's Way by Garrett J. White. Not as the beginning, but as the framework for what God had already started with inside of me. Garrett didn't give me my voice, God did. But The Warrior's Way gave me a structure to honor it. It allowed me to lead from where I live and live from where I lead. That's what Paul means in Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Purpose isn't something we invent, it's something we uncover. Already designed, already appointed. We just need to obey. And brothers, I need to say this. I've been hard on the church, on us, men. Not because I don't love the church, but because I do. I love every pastor I've had. They have been good men, doing the work of God called them to do. But I've seen how we as men inside the church have failed. We show up on Sundays. We claim we want change. We live stuck in quiet compromise. I'm not hard on those outside the church. They're not pretending to be righteous. But inside, we failed to listen to God's voice, and we failed to speak with our own voice. For years, I played that quiet comparison game. Well, at least I'm not doing what he's doing. But that lie is deadly. Better than that guy is not the same as obedience to God. Purpose doesn't care about comparison. Purpose demands obedience. So what's purpose. It's not pretending, it's not performing, it's not polishing your image for others. Purpose is obedience, it's clarity, it's walking in the exact steps God laid out for you before time began. Not to prove your worth, but because you finally realized you are worthy. For me, this is purpose-driven living, and this is the Warrior Code. Until next time, stay strong, stay faithful, and remember, you are a warrior.